So most people are familiar with the term apprenticeship levy without necessarily understanding the kind of deeper mechanics behind it. Can you give us a little bit more insight in terms of what the levy is, but also what the best companies are doing to utilise it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the apprenticeship levy is, at its essence, you can kind of think of it as a payroll tax where you can claim the tax back. So if you have a payroll bill of £3 million a year or more, then you pay 0.5% of your payroll above that number into a pot, which you can then draw down on training that conforms to the standards of an apprenticeship. And that can be anything from content production to digital marketing to accounting to HR to the more traditional view of the apprenticeship, which is motor vehicle maintenance or anything basically, as long as it conforms to what an apprenticeship is. And where I see really smart companies using the levy effectively is in using it as a way to be able to reskill some of their people. So I was having a conversation with a very big tech company the other day, and the chief exec was saying one of his big challenges is that their core business is in declining margin. It's increasingly competitive, and so they've got a whole load of people who have the right skills for running that business, but A, it's declining margin, and B, they therefore don't need as many of those people. That's immensely expensive because you spend a lot of money on, looking after people as you have to reduce the size of the workforce. At the same time, he's got a really big growth business that is going to be super high margin, but he lacks people with the right skills to be able to, power that business up, and you can't recruit fast enough. So a better route is to reskill the people who could make the journey into the new business, and they're using the levy in order to be able to do that. What's
Avado's USP around apprenticeships?
Well, we actually came together with another organisation, part of the same sort of investment group, called Arch. And Arch is a grade 1 Ofsted apprenticeship provider, which is a very small number of apprenticeship providers that are able to operate at that quality. It's like 2% of apprenticeship providers. So that's one distinguishing feature. But I think more than that, the way that we approach it is with a digital first mentality. We specialise in digital transformation programs delivered through apprenticeships, but we also specialise in the digital delivery of apprenticeships. So we've introduced a lot of tech in order to be able to create more flexibility around the traditional one-day at college model that is associated with apprenticeships. So we have virtual onboarding now, we use virtual classrooms extensively, and so this creates much more flexibility for the learner, but it also creates much more flexibility for the organisation in order to be able to make the best use of the time of the people that they're putting through these programs.